Hey y'all, happy Sunday. Now, it's your boy Javier. You know where I'm going. You know who I am. Cheers, happy Sunday. Now, I know I've been gone and I told y'all, here's the thing, okay. And I apologize. I know my word is my everything. So what I tell y'all is how it's going to be. So if I tell you I'm going to do a show next week, I'm going to do a show in a couple of days or whatever, that's how it's going to be. But I'm going to tell y'all, I've been busy working back to back to back, double booking myself on my jobs and just everything. But this upcoming week, I have a moment to chillax for 2 days finally. It's usually like I get 1 week out of every month where I get 2 days off back to back by myself. And because one of my jobs I have scheduled off 2 days back to back, and then the other job I work those days off. And y'all know how it'll go. Y'all know how broke life, poor life goes. So, but I'm humbled and grateful to have the job. Thank you, Jesus, and I'm still here in my place. So I will take the good and the bad and just keep on licking and ticking. But happy Sunday. Cheers to you all. I hope you guys are having a good Sunday. Today's been pretty crazy. Last couple of days have been crazy. I've been a little irate, a little bit irritable, a little bit irritated. Been yelling at, almost got into some arguments yesterday with customers on the damn phone because they just was talking and it sounded like a fucking gnat and like annoying bug. It was like a gnat bugging you, and then it sounded like Charlie Brown just womp womp womp, just fucking annoying the hell out of a brother. And I was getting attitude and I was about to say something, but when they recording the calls, you can't say shit that you really want to say. See, if this was back in the 90s when they weren't actually recording shit, I would have cussed these customers out a long damn time ago. I promise you that. But the only reason why I've been saying it, my friends are surprised that I'm still at this job, is because, see, when you pay me a check, I will shut what they call the fuck up. But if I was in the industry and I was being paid a lot more money, I wouldn't. I don't give a damn who you are. You don't talk to me crazy. But it's either take the good and the bad and get paid and stay in my apartment right now, or I get fired and I don't have no job. So, and I'm not willing to live on the streets, so I'm going to make what I got to do right now. And I did pray to God to give me a job working from home, especially call center, with good pay, and I got it. So now I got to stick with it. But I have been praying to God for some patience, because these damn middle-aged white people show be getting on my damn nerves. They show be acting like not receiving their paper is the whole damn thing in the world of not receiving, while black people and other shit out here in the world is happening. They act like their paper is the most important. Oh, well, I don't watch news and I get my paper from your paper, so me not receiving it, I don't have access to the outside world. Watch the news. Don't you got TV? I know they had TV when you was growing up. Come on now, just because get your little antennas out, put your little foil on it, and do what you got to fucking do. I was poor. Go take your ass to Walmart, get your little $15 little antenna thing or router thing, connect to act bougie, steal your neighbor's dish thing. Come on, do what you got to do. Come on now, you can cut their cable wires, connect y'all wires together. You both have red cable running through the house, bootleg. Come on now, I grew up in the hood. I know about this shit. And don't come on now. I know how some of y'all was connecting y'all electricity to other people's electricity, or y'all would take your meter off, take their meter off, put your meter on, and it show that it's off, but you still have electricity. Come on now. I know what happens in the hood, so I grew up there, so I know. But hold on, y'all. I forgot my lipstick. My lips is all dry. But I know y'all asses be doing that shit, so don't be acting all crazy. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know how I get when I get my lips get so dry and then I can't concentrate. Like, I be hate when I used to work in retail and I was manual labor, because I would have my lips dry. I used to never use lip balm or lip anything, because I didn't really need it at that time. But then I started seeing people let me tell you something. This ain't even about what we're supposed to talk about today. And I told you I was going to be talking about some stuff, but I'm going to push that off to the side right now because I have something new I want to talk about. And I have to dedicate this episode to icon that died this week, so I'm gonna have to talk about her. But we'll get to that in a minute. But growing up, these boys is nasty. They sit up here and they got the lips all chapped up. Like when boys be peeling them and they be got the splits in the middle. Okay, I've admitted I have some splits before, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm so fanatic with salt and stuff. Like, I'll do limes, lemon, salt, and pickles all in one set, and lime and salt. I'll do the Lucas. I'll take an old pill bottle, wash it out, and then I'll take some of that Mexican salt and add it with some of the lime and salt or something, and do that, shake it up real good, or I'll just eat it by itself. Or I'll use some of the Kool-Aid powder and put it with the lime and salt or whatever like that. I'll tell you, it'd be good. You put that with your lemons and limes and shit, or you take a grapefruit and put some salt with it. Now, sugar and grapefruit it's really good, but that salt, baby, get you going. Or pickles and or apples and salt, especially those Granny Smith apples. Whoo! What else can go with salt? I think there was like a fruit. Oh, you put it with. I like plums and nectarines. I think the plums are the ones that are really that can get tart, and it's when they're not like all the way ripe. Yeah, I like when shit ain't ripe. So like it just came out because that's when it's the tartest. Oh yeah. Oh, have you ever had crab apples before? I used to live I'm just gonna be honest. My bitch ass daddy. He never in my life, but growing up, my mama said, "Hey, take your kids. You need to take care of your kids for a minute." But it wasn't really like that. My mom, she was a dental assistant and she worked long hours. My mom worked 2 jobs for 22 years while my daddy did shit and never took care of us. So the least he can do is take care of us for the summertime. So we went over to his house for the summertime, and I remember it was on Jackson Street off of Colfax. And there was this crab apple tree right out the house. And this is where I got like hit by a car and before by my pregnant neighbor. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I can go to a whole shit about all the shit I've been through. So I got stories for days. So I don't want y'all to just think this show is gonna be just about what's going on in the outside world. It's gonna be about what's going on with me, what's going on. I'm gonna talk to y'all, connect with y'all on a mental, emotional, physical, heart, soulful level too. So but there's stories to come. But I just have so much stuff I have to talk about right now that I don't want to overpower that, but I'm going to have to start doing something, but I don't want to make these episodes too long for y'all. So if I talk fast or if I'm talking loud, it's just because I'm trying to get through a lot of stuff so y'all can understand what I'm saying and y'all can get back to your regular day lives, because I don't want y'all to just I love y'all being with me and I appreciate you watching, but I don't want y'all to be watching way too much, because then I know y'all get tired of hearing my voice, or just y'all got ripping and running, doing things, COVID out here, your parents probably dying, hopefully they're not, but just people sick, way more important stuff going on in the world, and you got to work, so you got kids and everything, so I don't want y'all to, I don't want to limit y'all time with me. Or you can watch this with your family, you can watch it when you're cooking or whatever like that, do what you got to do. But back to what I was saying, there's a crabapple tree. If y'all never had crab apples usually they do get big sometimes, but the biggest that I probably seen them was probably about this much. And no matter what size they are tart like a motherfucker. And you do not, that's the first ever thing I've never needed salt on. Ever in life. Now, I don't put salt on like ramen noodles or watermelon stuff like, no. Don't think too extreme. I'm talking about things that are tart. You would think that would need some salt that I like. And blame my mama. She got me on this little salt intake. I never used to be a salt fanatic or sodium fanatic until but I am my mother's child and I look like my mother. So let's just say she got me into it. So blame mommy. Mommy, I blame you. But yeah, I had these crab apples, and they're like, they get this big, but the tinier they are, they're really super tart because they just came out. And I used to hate it because worms get into apples and stuff. Excuse me, I don't know if crab apples were really attractive to worms, but they always had holes and shit in them. But this tree, every Sunday, every summer, they had them. And me and my sister would just go out and pick all of them, pick a lot of them, just wash them off, eat them. And they were so tart, but they were so easy to bite into and finish off that it was like, damn, shit, I want another. Next you know, you just addicted like a crackhead to it. So these are really good. If you have not had crab apples, you need to get, like, come on now, just build one. I'm telling you, I have not seen crab apples sold in the store. I've never seen them sold in the store. Not even a private sector store. Like when I was back home, because I was born in Colorado. Back in Colorado, we had King Soopers. We had Safeway. We had Save-A-Lot. We had Walmart, obviously, like Target, those big ones. But our private sectors really were like the Kroger brand. So that was like Kroger, King Soopers, and then we had Save-A-Lot, and then we had Safeway. Safeway's still around, but not a lot of locations. But Safeway's the best location to buy meat and your stuff. It is a little pricier, but it's like the downgraded version of like Sam's or something like that, because they have memberships and stuff like that. But Safeway is really good on their meats and stuff. Just let that know. I don't know if you all have Safeway anywhere in your locations, but if you do, go get it. And my sister, she also told me about this little packaged meat they give you all type, like 3 different types of meats, like steak, sausage or something like that. They give it to you for like a big old pack. She sent me a picture of it. I have to post it for y'all to let y'all know. But yeah, the crab apples, I haven't seen them sold in store at all. But if you ever seen, they're tiny, and they're not gonna be on a big ass tree. They're on like a medium sized tree that's probably, let's see, I'm 5'5". It's probably no more than like a 14-footer tree. But it's not like big. It's not tall. It's like a skinny branch tree with like just a regular average sized tree, and it grew and perfect. Those things are bomb diggity bomb. But I blame my mom for my salt intake, because I'll admit I took it to the extreme. She has it on one level, but I have it on a whole nother level. Like if I feel something ain't salty enough, I'm like, this shit ain't salty. You need to season this up. And the thing that's missing is that sodium. And I'm gonna have to probably get some like water pills or something, because you know, it ain't good. It ain't good. It ain't good. But welcome back to the show. I didn't went off on something me. This show, and inspired from Miss Jill Scott. Y'all know I love Miss Jilly from Philly, 215 North Philly represent. And I need to check out your show, Jill. I know I've already heard about your J.L. the podcast. And I be wanting to hear it, Jill. I'm sorry, girl. I be just so busy, Miss Jilly, that I don't forget. It's just I have no time. Now I know y'all be like, well, he has time to do this show, then why don't he have time to listen to Jill? It's because I'm trying to do my own show. You know, Jill got her stuff. I got my stuff too. I got it too. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna listen to you, Jill. It's just because with Jill, I need to sit down and listen, because everything Jill Scott came out with, I always was like, what? Huh? And I had to like literally sit down and listen to the lyrics, listen to the stories, and then I was in the groove with it. So I got to get that with Jill. Jill's one of those artists I can't just get up, okay, it's catchy, whatever like that. Jill tells stories, and I got to listen to the stories. I listen to the album. I'll turn it on blast and just listen to this music and listen to the stories that she got to tell. So yeah, I gotta sit down with Jill and hear the conversation, especially with those two other co-hosts on there. I gotta listen to these iconic, beautiful women, black women talking stuff, not stuff like bad stuff, but you know, just spitting knowledge and spitting truth and spitting wisdom, women wisdom, and just rocking it out on a mic with everybody to listen to. Come on now. So I don't want to shortchange Jill or any of those women on there by cleaning the kitchen. And I mean, I could clean the kitchen and do it, or I can be riding to work and doing it, or I can, go on a bike ride when I'm on a bike ride, listen to it. But I'd rather truly sit down when there's some free time with no outside noise, no ambulance noise, no people knocking on my door, no friends coming over, no homework, no schoolwork, no work, just nothing, and sit and be complacent in a placement of listening ear and being able to actually allow the words to translate into my brain and go through my bloodstream and right directly to my heart and lungs and breathe in and out. So, and I like how I said that. That just came to me, okay? But sometimes I'll be spitting it and, get all up in there. And just got one of my inspirations, because I'm a poet too. And congratulations to that one girl at the inauguration. That girl I did not say that. And I don't even say it, the Officer Goodman or whatever his name was. Remember the guy from the Capitol? Good job to you, man. See, in the beginning, I did admit, I was like, why the fuck is he running away from these motherfuckers? He's better bust a cap in him, because if there was white people against black, they sure would have been popping our ass. But I didn't realize he was leading them away from the city floor. So good job to you, officer, and thank you for that. And a black man did that. Black man helped save the damn Capitol. Black power. And I don't want to hit it because, I can't. Right here. Okay. And then that one girl, what's her name? Let me look it up, because I follow her now, because she's the first ever black, not just black, but first ever young poet the youngest poet to recite a poem, and it was her poem at the inauguration. And her name is Amanda Gorman. She's the first poet to ever perform. She's gonna be the first poet to ever perform at a Super Bowl. She was the first ever youngest poet to perform at the inauguration, and she's black, and she cited something so well that we needed. So thank you for that, sister girl. And you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Very, very black snack, shall I say? But yeah, Jill, I want to be able to, listen to you without any interruptions, because if I do, then it's going to be a problem if I, sit around and I'm not doing nothing or anything like that. So, and happy birthday to Kerry Washington. Happy birthday to Regina King. I know Regina King just had a birthday. Let's see, who else? I know there's a couple of the people I'm probably missing a birthday for, but happy birthday to all the wonderful kings and people and queens that are out there that are black and having birthdays. Let's see. Yes. Oh, and Miss Patti LaBelle, this reminded me, you look good on that damn Times magazine. You look not one bit of 20. You know. And oh, Wendy Williams, your documentary was off the. See, okay, this episode is called. See, I'm sorry, I'm going through my phone, just looking at stuff, trying to remind myself what because I'm all over the place. But Wendy Williams, your movie was phenomenal. And I didn't know so much about you. And here's the thing. I'm going to admit, when I grew up, people were around me. Okay, so this episode is called, and it's inspired. And the reason why I was talking about Jill, let me get back to that first. The reason I was mentioning Jill is because I got inspired by Jill, one of her, because I haven't listened to her show, so like I told you guys, I've been meaning to do that. But one of her episodes, because I have her on my, anything she posts, I get a notification about it, because I'm a Jill fanatic. Like, nobody loves Jill more than me. I don't care what you say. You can say, we could take a quiz, baby. I know everything. I bet you I know Jill more than you do, and I'm not even from Philly. So don't go there with me about that. I'm a Jill fanatic. I don't know what Jill don't have like a thing, but I feel like I'm an what do you call it? Extraterrestrial being, like off of like Insidious and stuff when they talking about that stuff. I'm like that on the outside of Jill's Love Village, but pretty soon I'll be a part of it. But I love you, Jill. So one of the episodes she entitled it, let's give, she said, let's give iconic black women their flowers. So that's what I'm gonna name this episode too, especially with what has happened this week. Guys, oh my Lord. Yesterday was, actually Friday was the hardest day for me, coming back, because I usually have, like I told you guys, Wednesdays and Thursdays off. And her birthday was last month. And I'm setting up this because she is, I consider the queen of actresses. The queen of actresses. She is a trailblazer, a groundbreaking activist, motivational speaker, and I prayed forever to meet her. I prayed to God. Her and Betty White were at the top of my list because they're older and they don't have much time left. But I wanted to meet them. Now I still have time for Betty White, but we'll hopefully we get there. But I was so pissed at God, but just angry because I wanted my prayer to be answered. But it's okay, I'll meet her on the other side. She is a groundbreaking, award-winning, 2-time Emmy, not only nominations, but she's won. She has a Tony. She's been nominated for an Oscar. She should have won. But then they honored her at the Oscars in 2018, so I'll accept it. But still unacceptable, because black people always get the short end of the stick. She refused to play prostitutes, drug addicts, anything that was demeaning to women. She's the queen, and she was still acting at the age that she's acting at now. And she is the pit of one of the reasons why I want to be an actor. Miss Cicely Tyson, y'all, died at 96. And this episode is to you, Miss Cicely Tyson. And I'm going to see you, well, I don't know if I'm going to get into heaven, because, yeah, I got a lot of hell going on down here. So we'll see how God feels about up there. But but I hope to at least see you outside the pearly gates and wave to you. And you wave back. But Miss Cicely Tyson, y'all, birthday last month, came out with a book on the 26th, and then died 2 days later. Or was it? No, she died on Thursday night, and her book came out on the 26th. So that's 3 days before? And that's, to me, it was like so ironic, or like or not, or like a coincidence. It's like she came out with the book and then she passed. And it was like, did she know that she was going to be dying? But then no, and it's just like, wow, that's the most craziest thing I've ever heard. You come out with your book, and then 3 days later, about your life, and you're inviting us into your life, and then you pass. And it's just like, and then the book is entitled Just As I Am. So make sure y'all pick up your copy. I gotta order my copy. But oh my God, when I was just like, wow, birthday last month in December, and then January you come out with your book, and then after that, 3 days later you pass. I was like, what is this world coming to? Come on, God. 2020 was hard enough. Now you starting off it all bad and shit? Like, come on. First the resurrection. Now this? Miss Cicely Tyson? What's going on? Like, man. And I didn't even have the mustard to cry. And the way I found out, because I was on the phone with my mom and I was celebrating my boo's birthday was last week. But I celebrated it this week, just because my boo went down to celebrate with mom. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to do something, the following week. So I had planned this big old street. I cooked, did everything, did the whole enchilada night, made soul food, got big old balloons, had the backdrop of the TV with happy birthday baby with kissy faces on it, got frames of the parent, my boo's parents. My boo's dad passed 2 years ago in February. So holidays and then your birthday and then your dad passed next month. Come on now, like that's just sad. So I got picture frames of my boo's parents together to remind my boo of happy moments and stuff to make it a little easier, to be able to look at dad, and then I was actually cooking chili. I remember because I was getting my mom. I was like, "Hey mom, how do you make chili?" Because I never made chili before. And this is my first time ever making chili. Like I made a whole bunch of stuff. I've made catfish. I made everything. So, but I did not know this is my first time making chili. So like, I need you to help me make chili. So she gave me everything I need to get and everything. So it turned out great. Okay, this chili is off the. You get some little cornbread. Woo. But I was making that. And marinate the chicken because the following day was frying chicken, so that way then I can go ahead and celebrate my boo's birthday. So I was getting everything done in the kitchen. Me and mom were talking. We're getting close to the end. And I remember it was like at 8 o'clock, I think it was. I looked on my phone and I was scrolling. And one of like the black pages, like black people pages I saw said Miss Cicely Tyson died. I was like, wait, what? Like this shit, what? Like, and I believed it, because come on now, who's gonna lie about something about Cicely Tyson dying? Whoever did that would need to be getting their throat cut if it wasn't true. And then I'm like, I stood there and I said, Mom, Cicely Tyson died. And I was just talking about Cicely. I remember I posted about her birthday, and I remember she was coming to her book, and I was like, I gotta get the book. And then I was talking about, oh my gosh, she's still alive. God, please, I've been praying for years to meet Cicely Tyson. I knew her before she even starred on Tyler Perry's Medea's family funeral. Medea's family reunion. And I was like, I gotta meet Cicely. Every role she's ever played, I've watched, or at least the ones I've seen. I didn't see the one that she was nominated for an Oscar for, which I need to. But I seen her when I loved her on How to Get Away with Murder. I loved her on, and I was pissed off when she when she had the role of The Help. I seen her in countless roles in movies and TV shows and stuff. And she's acted in over 100 shows, I think they said. So she's the queen of actresses. Queen. I don't give a damn what you say about Meryl Streep. I don't give a damn what you say about Betty White. I don't give a damn what you say about anybody else. I love you, Betty. I love you, Meryl Streep. But nobody can top Cicely Tyson. I love you, Viola Davis. You got the crying going on your face. I love you, Octavia Spencer. I love you, Jill. I love you, Queen. I love you, all these women. But Cicely Tyson tops it. Now, I'm not saying that she better than y'all. Y'all some great actors, and I'm about to talk about y'all too. This is to celebrate black women. Something though about Cicely Tyson though, y'all, that when I see her face, if it looked even remotely sad, I start crying. Like I could watch Viola Davis cry, and I'll be crying with her too. Like when she was at the scene, when she was at The Help, and the girl was begging on the window, she was walking up crying. I was crying bad, but. With Cicely Tyson, man, I'd cry at the top of her head if something bad. If she was in a bad scene, And I remember I was making a chili. I was sitting down on my couch, and I was looking. I was like, Mom, Cicely died. So I went on the internet because I'm like, somebody got to be else talking about this. And yeah, and I didn't cry. I was just so stunned, like because my world was fine, and I was like, okay, cool, Mom, yeah, nah, and I'm just going on my Instagram because I think I was looking for a picture from my mom. And next thing you know, I look and bam, in my eyes, I remember how I felt. My brain, like how your brain feels empty, like whew, everything just went away. Like I knew, it was like I didn't have dementia or amnesia, but my brain felt empty. Like I didn't know what the fuck to say. And the pit of my stomach, there was like a small pit in my stomach that was in pain, but everything else felt like whew, too. And my eyes. Like, I felt my eyes kind of squeeze on it, or like the muscle squeeze on my eyes, and like pull me, and I was just like, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? And then I'll admit that whole night I was trying not to cry in a way. But I was so distracted by it that I was pissed off by it. And I was just like, what the fuck, man? And then I just started prancing around my house like, well, not prancing, but I was just walking around like yelling and like, what the hell, man? Like, and then I'm like, I prayed. Like, and I'm just like, what the hell? And I'm like, what am I supposed to say? Like, I don't have nothing good to say right now. I don't have anything to think of right now to say. But I was like, you know what, Ivy, that's not right. And I'm just not thinking about it. It's just like, Ivy, you're not right. Don't do this to Cicely Tyson's life and diminish this moment and without all of the other stuff she's done for us as black people. She has done everything what she was supposed to do. And God called her home at the right time and for a reason. And Cicely Tyson did all that she can do. And then some. So don't diminish this moment of being speechless and don't know what to say and like, what the hell? Like, I prayed to meet her and be selfish in this moment. Because it ain't about you. Although you did pray to meet her, it just wasn't for you to meet her. But she has cultivated your life. You know? And to be honest, and it's sad, but this is the reason why the title is this way, is because I knew how much Cicely Tyson impacted my life. Not just acting, but just as a person. But I never fully knew that. I never fully hardcore paid attention to Cicely Tyson because I always knew that I was going to meet her one day. Or I prayed to meet her one day. And I knew this project she was doing. And the most recent time I ever seen her was in How to Get Away with Murder. And I was just like, oh my God, this woman is still acting. What the fuck? This woman is still acting. Look at her little bitty self. Her cute old bitty self. Black don't crack. She's the essence and true meaning of why black don't crack. Because she looked just as beautiful as she did when she was young as she does now. And so I was just like, what the hell, man? But cheers to you, Cicely. You lived a wonderful life. You did everything you're supposed to do. I'm going to meet you in a better place than down here. Because we all both know it's hell on earth. And thank you for everything you continue to do. And you have made it possible for women to get better paying jobs, better acting roles, and not just them being prostitutes or drug addicts or anything less than that doesn't amount to, especially the black women. Because the stereotypic types that are placed around us is that we're not human. We're animals. We can be only less than. And you've proved that we can do more. And you've done stuff in front of the scenes and behind the scenes and beyond. Not only for themselves, us, but for you. And thank you for that. And I remember going to work the following day and I was just short-tempered. I was done. I wasn't having it with these people's attitudes and stuff. And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Cicely Tyson just died. I didn't say that in my mind at the time, but now thinking about it, I'm just like, Cicely Tyson just died. And y'all ass over here complaining about a motherfucking paper. Fuck you and your goddamn paper. You could shove that damn thing right up your fucking ass. Sorry. Not to diminish this and start cussing. But I'm just saying, like, that was going on in my mind. But yeah. And now I'm going to give you guys 3 women. And you already know Jill, so that's one of them. And I already mentioned, I think, the other 2. These women I grew up with, but never connected the dots to them until I was like a certain age. And I was like, oh my God, these are big, beautiful, voluptuous women. And they're owning their own shit. And they're queens. They're doing what they got to do. The first woman I ever seen was... the first one was, they were both close in knit of how I saw them. But the first woman I saw was Monique. And I remember, I saw her on Fat Girls in the movie. And I was down in my dad's basement. It was like a summer. And I saw the movie. And I was like, who the fuck is that beautiful, sexy lady? But I could not connect the dots. I couldn't find the movie anywhere. I was like, I don't know who the fuck this girl is. And then I moved back from my dad's house and I came back the next summer and it wasn't there anymore. And I was like, well, who the fuck is this lady? And then years later, I started watching the TV and I started seeing stuff, but I still never connected the dots. And then I saw Jill Scott on VH1. Soul. When they, remember they used to do music videos and stuff like that. I saw Golden, and I was sitting on the floor, and then my mom's like, Javier, you got this fanatic for big women, look at her. And I was listening to the song Golden, But then they also played So in Love, because at that time Jill Scott came out with The Light of the Sunday. And I was like, I love that woman. I don't know who she is, but I love that woman. She is beautiful. She is sexy. She is singing her face off. She is gorgeous. Before that, though, I knew Queen Latifah technically before I knew these two, because there was this movie called Girls Town that was in the 90s. It came out around that time of the movie called Kids. If y'all have ever heard of it, if you don't know these movies, search them up. And Queen Latifah's song Unity was on that sound for the soundtrack for that movie. And I heard it, and I was like, this is a good ass song, but this movie's so damn dark. So then fast forward years later, I see the music video for Queen, and I'm like, oh, she's beautiful. Oh my God. So then we started watching more movies about Queen Latifah. Like, excuse me, I was watching Last Holiday, which is one of my favorite movies. I watched the first movie I ever saw with Queen Latifah. It had to have been a mixture though, but I think fully was Set It Off, which was my favorite movie. Ugh. And they're trying to make a number 2, and then they did. Okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna go there, but this ain't about downing people. That's a whole nother day. But, and I don't want to talk down about my black people, but I don't agree with the sequel that they were trying to do, nor that stage play. I saw them clips, them things. It was more comedic than anything. If they were trying to make comedic, they successfully did that. But if they're trying to make serious, leave Set It Off alone. It's an iconic movie. It's kind of like trying to create Boys in the Hood. Rest in peace, John Singleton. Sorry. But Queen, I saw Set It Off, and then I saw like Juice. She was like, to me, it reminds me of like Samuel Jackson. Remember when Samuel Jackson, he had like all these little feature roles, like he was in, at the time, I think he was even in Juice. Yeah, he was in Juice. Then he was in, what's that damn movie? Do the Right Thing. Like Samuel Jackson was all in those crooked, like, you know, the New York, like when I mean crooked, like I just mean like he was featuring all those damn type of movies, you know, like you see him here, blah blah blah, and before he got his first feature role. But yeah, he was building up, and I felt like Queen Latifah, I always saw her somewhere, but the first movie I ever saw fully by her was Set It Off. And then I saw Monique on Fat Girls, and then I saw Jill Scott. The first, I think the first time I fully connected the dots for Jill was, I have to say, Why Did I Get Married? Yeah. Because at the time I liked Tyler Perry, and I was like a Tyler Perry fanatic. I was like, oh my God, Madea, everything, yeah. And then he came on Why Did I Get Married, and I saw it, and I'm just like, there she goes again. Oh my God. I mean, I love Monique. She's sexy. I love Queen. She's sexy. But who is this woman? I cannot connect the dots. And I remember seeing her face on, like on VH1 Soul. And when they show the music video, they show the credits in the beginning and at the end. But I could not remember her name. And I was just like, I don't know who this woman is on the bike. I don't know who this woman is when she's dancing next to this man. Like, who is he? Like, why he's standing next to her? She beautiful. She need, that's my woman. Like, I didn't know at the time, but you know what I'm saying. And so I saw her again, and watching that movie made me so fierce. I'm like, who the fuck is this bastard is treating Sheila like this? I wanna jump to death to, like, she as big as she's sexy. And I'm like, I don't give a damn if she that big in life or whatnot. She beautiful. And then at the end, she was even more beautiful, Like, both of them was beautiful. I'm just saying, like, why you gonna treat this beautiful woman this way? She big, beautiful. And at the time the reason why I was attracted to everything big was because my family, all the women were big. From the South, from Texas, from down South. People in my family eat a lot. I'm like skinny. If you look at my family, like I'm skinny, so it looks a little abnormal. But I'm just like I wouldn't say an activist, but I'm a pusher for black women to still be big. Own your stuff. You can be healthy and still be big. There's some big people out here that are more healthier than us skinny folks. So, let's remember that. But I was like, who the fuck is this man treating this beautiful woman like this just because you don't like her damn weight? You calling her a cow and everything. Oh my God, I saw Red wanted to jump through that damn screen on his ass. I wanted to beat his ass. And that's when I connected the dots. And I was like, this woman is Jill Scott. And then I started learning more about her and everything like that. And man, from there, Jill cultivated my life. She made me want to start for real. Like, I knew Cicely Tyson and everything like that. But I then started studying Jill. Like, it was my homework to study Jill. I found out where she was from. I watched every single music video. I downloaded every illegally at the time when they had like FrostWire and if you ever heard of that, that's like the Apple version of downloading. Before that became like spam like. And then they had all these, Androids at the time. They had these free downloading apps and stuff, downloading music and stuff. And I would literally organize my music and put the album covers, put all the genres that were listed and everything like that for the album credits. And I was studying Jill and doing Jill hard. And I was listening to her music. I would listen to it over and over. I would study Jill, and before you know it, I know every song. I know every lyric. You could play a Jill Scott song, and I'll have the background vocals down. I'll have the lead. I'll have the bridge. I'll have the oohs and the ah, whatever it is that's on Jill. I have the bass. I'll have the guitar. I'll be like, oh, I know that part. I know that word. I can do the song so perfectly without missing a beat. I studied Jill, and I study Jill still. I watch her performances. I was like a Jill fanatic. Everything Jill I wanted to watch, even if it was repeating itself and watching it over and over again. And I was like, she got a book. I've been wanting to get it, and I wasn't able to get it at the time when I found out she had a book. But I got it now, y'all, and I have yet to read it. And the reason why is because it's so special. I don't want to read it yet until she signs it. I mean, I caught like one poetry in here, but I kind of don't want to read it until she signs it. But I might just start reading it. I don't know yet. It's kind of hard to think on whether or not I should wait. Yeah. Miss Jilly from Philly, you are the reason I am here today with my style, with my words that I have. I would tell lies. Like, I would use Jill Scott's story to influence it in my life. I'm like, oh yeah, I did that. And it wasn't really me. It was Jill that did that stuff. But I felt like Jill was me, and I was just like, yeah, I did that. And it came so much so that I became possessed with Jill and possessed of Jill's soul. I feel like, even though she's not near me. And I wrote, even if it was lying, I would write stories. And I got in trouble because, remember when they actually had parent-teacher conference meetings outside of school at night? I lied and wrote in my notebook one time, I pimp slapped my sister. And my mom was so pissed at me. She was mad as a motherfucker. She cussed at me. She whooped me, everything. I remember that day. Yeah, and that was when I was bad in school. Like, I was always in the principal's office and shit. And I had my principal, Miss Green. Oh, she was fucking annoying. I'll tell you that right there now. She was always wearing nice stuff, but I was always in that damn office. But yeah, man, I remember that. And her name, my teacher was Miss Just, but she got married and then it became Miss Dickerson. And we used to make fun of her because it had Dick in the name, so Dick, her son. We was making fun of her like that. But yeah, I studied Jill, and my favorite artist is Jill. If you ask me what artist I can live with for the rest of my life, this is her. I literally, and funny is that I would literally turn on like her performances and sing. Like if it was uploaded, especially on YouTube, if this is like an hour performance, it's fine. I'll stand there and I'm gonna sing every single note. And I know there's a YouTube episode or a YouTube video that's up there from the Made America Festival where it's like a 40-minute show that she did. I know everything about that. I sing it in the shower, even without having to play it on my phone or anything. I know I can do it. And I take 40-minute showers sometimes. I listen to her live performances. I love them. I love her live performances. If you guys even check out my YouTube, you see them there. I did them for the lip sync battle. I was the one that introduced Jill to my high school people because they didn't know who Jill was. So yeah, Jill cultivated my life, and is the reason why I wanted to do acting, and why I'm a poet now. And she's the reason why I speak the way I do and I talk the way I do. And sometimes I force write just because I feel like I should, because then eventually maybe something will come. And then sometimes I don't. But sometimes, like Jill said, writing can be a labor, and it's paying to get it out on paper. and I'm so in the rush that my mind runs 20 miles an hour that it's hard for me to write. So sometimes I don't even write. Like I barely write just because of that reason, and I hate it. And I need to fix that, and I need to train my mind to slow itself down so I can do that. A lot of times I'll type it on my phone because it's much easier. I'll voice record it if I can, but because it'd be something, and it's crazy because sometimes I'll hear a word and I'll type it in my notepad. I have over 2,000 notes just from probably maybe a single word on the note, or there's something I want to say, and that's it. Like it just stuff flows out of me, and it's crazy. It's crazy. And it's hard for me to write movie scripts or short films or TV show scripts for my shows just because my mind gets out so fast that I type fast, but it's like not as fast. It's like, and it wants to get it out, but then if I don't get it out fast enough, I may lose it or something. I get distracted and it's crazy. But Jill, you are the reason who I am today, so I owe it all to you. Queen Latifah, man. I don't know how much to say to you, but... And it was crazy because I always wanted Jill Scott. I was like, I wonder if Jill Scott, Monique, and Queen Latifah know each other. You know, this is before, you know, you... Like, at a young age, I thought all people lived to 100 years old exact. And then whatever time and during that year they died, nobody lived past 100 years. And then obviously you get older, you learn about stuff like cancer and stuff like that. But I was always like, well, I wonder if Jill Scott, Monique, and Queen Latifah know each other. And then, lo and behold, I'm listening to an interview, and they had the Jill Scott and Queen Latifah at the Sugar Water Festival. And I was like, oh... But you know what? Come to think of it, I think the very first time I actually saw Jill was at the Dave Chappelle block party. And I was watching a clip because my mom loves Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle, you're funny as hell. The Sticks and Stones comedy show, it's funny. I got to do a reaction on that. Website coming soon. That's when I'll be able to start doing all that stuff too. It'll be fun. But yeah, I think I saw Jill Scott and Erykah Badu at the Sugar Water Festival. I mean, not the Sugar Water Festival, the Dave Chappelle summer block party. And it was like a small clip though, because my mom, and it was when it was on VHS. Remember that, y'all? And you have to press the thing and rewind it back in there, and then you play it. Yeah. That's when but Queen, I've followed you. Coming to My House. That was my first. Ladies First and Coming to My House were my first songs I heard by Queen. Snippet though, but I recognized the voice of Unity first. Okay, so the first song I ever heard was Unity. And then I started hearing snippets of like Coming to My House and stuff like that, and I was just like, oh my god, this woman is really good. And so I made the connection, I think for Queen, I made the connection after I saw Juice and Set It Off. And then there was another movie she did in the 90s too at the time that I connected. For Jill Scott, I'm waiting for the Mahalia Jackson story. I'm ready to hear that. And I know Jill Scott scenes like the James Brown shit. I know all that like the back of my hand. I will say that for Queen, the two favorite movies that I have for you that I grew up and I still love to this day, it has to be, damn, Queen, you have so many damn good work. And I'll make sure y'all watch Equalizer. Now, all of y'all black people, y'all need to stop. I was watching this clip on YouTube, and it was a promo for it. And I don't know if it was just black people, but I think it was more than just black people. You guys are commenting, talking about how the show looks comedical, and it doesn't look like Denzel Washington Equalizer. It ain't Denzel Washington Equalizer. It's Queen Latifah Equalizer, and it's a TV show. So you guys can't just say, oh, it looks fake, or the way she's running away from it. Like, black people, we need to get off of this soapbox of judging each other. We really do. We really do. And this show, I know it sounds like I judge y'all, but I'm speaking the truth about some of the things. And if it comes off as judging, let me know. Attack me on it so I can correct myself and fix myself. Because I don't want to come off as judging black people. I just call us out on our shit so that we can fix it. Hey, call me out on my shit too. Call me out if I stutter or something. Like, do what you gotta do, you know? I don't care. But yeah. But back to that. Back to positivity. Make sure y'all watch it comes on February 7th after the Super Bowl on CBS. And it's The Equalizer. I'm gonna be watching. But Queen, man. My favorite movies is Set It Off. Oh my god. Bringing Down the House is funny as a motherfucker. And then there is Last Holiday. And Queen, you've done so many other movies. And I was pissed that I wasn't able, because at the time, my family, my mom and everybody was going through financial struggles, so it was hard to get cable in the house. So I didn't be able to get a chance to see your full, like, the Queen Latifah show, but I was able to watch like clips on YouTube and stuff like that. I will say too that I've watched Living Single, hand tap, one of my favorite shows, and I will say though that Friends was created from Living Single, and if it wasn't for Living Single, Friends wouldn't have been introduced to the world. So white people, thank us black people for that. Thank you. It's just the white people version of black people. That's all it is. Sometimes they copy us anyway, but it's okay. Yeah, I've watched that. I just got done watching that the second time fully, all the seasons. About like 2-3 weeks ago, I think, just about. So yeah, and Monique, man, after watching your Fat Girls, that was like my favorite moment, because I remember you punched that boy because he called you a fat B, and you punched the shit out of his ass. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then you were just so beautiful in your own skin of wanting to create big clothes for big women. You were an advocate for that. And then I started watching comedy shows, and I started to see that you were advocate for big girls, and I was loving that. The first movie I've ever saw with Monique in it had to be Three Strikes with Brian Hooks in it. You know, the one that created the Q movie. That was the first time I ever seen that movie, and that was the first time I ever seen you, and you were funny then. And it's funny because I never connected the dots until I started to see things, and I'm like, oh, there she go. Oh, there she go. Wait, oh, there she go. Oh, there she go. And then one of my all-time favorite movies that is non-comedical, and The Parkers too. Great show, and I was glad to be able to see that on Netflix. And it's crazy how they offered you that bullshit ass contract, but yet they have Parkers on there, and it's been on there for a whole year and a half now, going on 2 years now, it seems like. But yet they can't give you more like they did Amy Schumer or Dave Chappelle or anything like that. And then old boy want to talk about is what have you done now, but not what you've done over the course of your career. Charlamagne the God, yeah, you ain't the God, so you need to take that off your name. No offense. You're not God, so you shouldn't be having that on your name. Sorry, just want to say that. But I loved your Precious role. Messed up how they did you, but that was you deserved that Oscar. And like you said in your performance, like you said in your speech, it wasn't about the performance. It wasn't about the politics. It was about the performance, and that's what you gave us. You gave us Mary, and that was one of my. I'm able to recite the stair scene, like movements, the whole 9. Ain't that sad though? But no, it's not really that. So these 4 women are the reason why I'm going to be entering the entertainment business. They're the reason. My life is all full of women, y'all. These are the 4 women that truly honed in on me. But I truly watched Jill Scott, Monique, and Queen Latifah because I am a fascination for big girls. And you can ask my mama, I'm a lover of them. If you're skinny, you're not for me. I do like skinny women, just not a lot of them. And you have to be like drop dead gorgeous for me to like you. I think, and you can name off something off the top of your head, and it probably won't be it. It has to be a certain type of skinny girl or not big girl for me to like you. But yeah, my attraction is big girls that own their shit, look beautiful, strut they big, fat, sexy bodies around. And when I mean fat, I mean PHAT, pretty hot and thick madame. That's the type of woman I want. Beautiful, just own your shit. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, y'all. That's the kind of big girl I love. I love sexy, curvaceous women that aren't afraid to have curves and big boobs and ass that are real, that are just grown naturally, and be that. Bump that whole obesity is a sin, or God never meant people to be heavy set. Well, guess what? I didn't get this way all by accident. And I ain't gonna lie, when Monique lost the weight, I was a little hurt. I'm like, what the fuck? She lost weight? I thought she was big. She was an advocate for big women. What's going on, Monique? And then next thing you know, oh, hold on, y'all. Damn it. Computer going dead. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Otherwise, my backdrop is about to go out. And I don't want that. Alright, sorry y'all. Funny thing, the damn charger was right behind the computer. I just forgot to plug it in. But yeah, what was I saying? Damn, I don't forgot what the hell I was saying. But yeah, I had with big women. I love them, you know, and I love seeing a big woman strut around her stuff. My mom owned her thickness. She lost weight, but she had to because she ended up having to have brain surgery and stuff. So that was a requirement. But I love hugging a big woman. It's just so much love you get from a big old hug like that, a big juicy hug. You know, like they say in Africa, the bigger the woman is, the more rich she presumes to be. Because if you're able to eat a lot, you have a lot of money. And remember Big Mama? Back in the day, black people don't have big mamas no more. But Big Mama will be able to slap you upside your head in church, whatever, cuss at you, you know, anything. That was Big Mama. Big Mama's basically like grandma or whatever like that, but she wasn't playing. You know, she would walk with a cane or waddle or whatever like that, and you know she have a big old church hat on. She'll slap you. She'll everything. But yeah, these three women were the focal point of my life, of the reason why I am who I am. And Cicely Tyson was like the foundation of that. Maya Angelou, oh my God, one of the greatest poets ever to live, cultivated the wording of what I would think about. Hearing those poems cited on Poetic Justice that starred Tupac and Janet Jackson, amazing. I remember one of the lines was, have you ever heard of the Kick of the Beast, something something, that poem? Oh my God. Like, I love Phenomenal Woman, but some of those other poems are just great and beautiful. And then with Cicely Tyson being the root started to spread, and that's when you get Jill Scott, Monique, and Queen Latifah. And then I found Maya Angelou, and then I heard about Nikki Giovanni, and then I've heard about Langston Hughes, and then I started hearing about Octavia Spencer. She was a lot of like Samuel Jackson, Queen Latifah, Octavia Spencer, Viola Davis, they all were starting out like starring, like featuring roles or on Broadway or whatever like that. And then they started actually getting better paying gigs because of people like Cicely Tyson. They came in and broke the mold for that. Phylicia Rashad was on my list. Viola Davis, I already said. Yeah, Octavia Spencer, Taraji P. Henson. First time I saw her was Baby Boy. Yeah. And I said, who the fuck is this loud, feisty, ghetto ass woman? Like, who the hell is this? And then I started to connect the dots with her too. But a lot of the women that I started like studying and seeing were people that I watched them all the time, so I kind of started to know who they were before connecting the dots. So even though I just seen one project from them, I would see it all the time, where I started was like, oh, got you. I know who you are. And then I seen Queen Latifah and Bone Collector with Denzel Washington. Great movie. Why did that motherfucking bastard kill you? I was pissed off about that. We're gonna have a discussion with the director and the writers about that because I was a little pissed me off. You know, but that's another time, another day. What other women have shaped my life? Oh my God, there's so many. Michelle Obama. Now, when she was talking about when they go low, you go high. I don't know about that. It'll be on a need to know basis, like depending on who the person is. You know, sometimes you gotta go a little lower than them for them to understand that they better be going up high. Otherwise, you can go a little lower than their ass. You know, sometimes they try to go to the sidewalk, you can go to the gutter. You know, you know what I'm saying? Just a little deeper. You know what I'm saying? God, man, who else is out there that has cultivated and shaped my life? There's just so many people, you know. My mom, my grandmothers. I grew up in a family of men, but mostly women. And the women that have shaped my life, even if they weren't there every day, was my two grandmothers and my mom. They're iconic. women to me. They're black women, and I'm giving you all flowers right now. I apologize, Cicely Tyson, that I should have did this episode before, but thought we had more time, but it's okay. And to my favorite judge of all time, with if I was a president, I would nominate you as Supreme Court for Supreme Court ruling. You guys know her as the best damn judge on reality TV, and I'm pissed off she's not there no more. Miss Judge Lynn, y'all. If you don't know her, pick up her books. These books help me, and I'm telling you, I'm not even done with this book. I think did I bookmark it? I think I did. The Mother's Rules. This thing is talking about having to be emotionally stable. No, I didn't, but I'm almost done with this book. I started reading it months ago, but I didn't finish it. And then people like, oh, why you gotta make marriage work? Do your work now, so when you get to that point where you're about to enter marriage, you know what to expect, know what you need to do. Like, people just get your lives together. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Get your lives together. You know? Yeah, my books, y'all. My books. I gotta get. I'm starting my library, and I just started it. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't been I hated reading books because I was always forced to read books that I didn't want to read and stuff, and it was just stupid. I was like, why the fuck I gotta read this raunchy ass, raggedy ass book? And it wasn't shit I wanted to read, and it wasn't about the people I wanted to read about. So it was boring. And you know, when you grow up in a school with all white people, all Mexicans, or you grow up with white teachers, they ain't gonna teach you about black people. They're not gonna teach you shit because they don't know shit. Hell, they on a low-paid salary just doing low-paid shit from the low-paid government of the low-paid county of the low-paid city where people paying high-ass motherfucking taxes. How does that happen, though? But that's another story. But yeah, these women are my tree, and I water it every day with the purity of God. I water it every day with adding more women, not men. I have a separate tree for men, which we'll talk about on another day. But I'm giving you flowers from the tree that I've planted in remembrance of you women. And I got to tell you, there's way more women out there that have cultivated my life than just Phylicia Rashad or Cicely Tyson. Or these women have done some great, and I'll even add Whoopi Goldberg in there. You know, my favorite movie by Whoopi Goldberg had to been not Ghost, Karina. You know, I would have to say that would be probably one of my favorite movies by her. There's just so many countless women. Kerry Washington, when I saw her for the first time on Our Song, this is like before all of these people were like big people. I was watching you guys, and this was back when Our Song was on the VHS tape, and then right after the tape continued and it had white chicks on it, but I never was able to see white chicks because as soon as they got to the part where the door opened where the chief would come in and show them, the movie would cut out, and that was the end of the movie. We never got to see it, and I'm just like, who the fuck puts a half-ass movie on a tape? This is VHS. And I'm like, Mom, where's the rest of the half of it? I don't have it. You mean to tell me you got a bootleg ass tape, VHS tape with Our Song on it, and then they added white chicks but not even add the full movie on there? Who does that? You know, my mom has VHS, so I still have the VHS. Yeah, it's just, I grew up cassette tapes, antennas with the little, like I told you, foil on it, all this stuff. I'm an old soul. I'm a rarity. I'm telling you guys. And I say I'm a rarity because a lot of people at my school, people were like, huh? Who the fuck? What? Man, I grew up with just so many countless wonderful women that, oh my God, I'm looking because I have to get on here and look so I'm not missing anybody. Regina King, oh my God, yes, Regina King. I saw her for the first time on between a Thin Line Between Love and Hate, Friday. I think that was my first time ever seeing Regina King on Friday, and I envisioned her career soaring. And I'm so glad you won an Oscar, girl. I look up to you. And I started watching, what's that damn TV show she had on HB, with The Watchmen? And I ain't gonna lie, girl, I was watching it so good that I ended up falling asleep. in my bed. I got a king size bed, y'all. This shit be comfortable. And I need to watch it though. I'm gonna get to it. Angela Bassett. Oh my God. Woo, I was about to leave without saying Angela Bassett, y'all. Of course, Angela Bassett. Yes. I grew up on you. And she was another one that was choosing iconic roles. Like I saw Stella Got Her Groove Back for the very first time last year. I never seen it before, but I always heard it. But Angela Bassett was always that woman that always chose the iconic like roles that uplifted black women or showed a good side of them or a sexy side of them. She was like Cicely Tyson in that narrative. How Stella Got Her Groove Back. What's Love Got to Do with It? She also stars in the hit show 911, and I was pissed last season. It was like a couple episodes before the season finale when the guy was banging her all up against that thing. I was chilled and crying. I was like, oh my God. I was like, who could write this scene and allow this to go down? Ooh, and then they had the gunshot and I freaked out, and I was like, y'all have to see that scene to get it. But yeah, y'all, she was in Waiting to Exhale. She was also in Boys in the Hood. She was also in Olympian Fall, The Angel Has Fallen and The Olympus Has Fallen. She was also in, what's that damn movie? Jump in the Broom. She was like, oh my God. And I'm just not forgetting. Loretta Devine. She's another one. I look up to these women, y'all. Loretta Devine is another one of the women that I looked up to and I saw and I was able to see myself in the pictures of her. Who else? I'm looking because I need to say this and I'm gonna let y'all go. So Angela Bassett, yes. Oh, Diahann Carroll, y'all. I have not seen the TV show back in the day, Dynasty. I do watch the new version, but I do really want to see the old school version. But the first time I think I ever saw Diahann Carroll was on a movie called Eve's Bayou, which starred not only Diahann Carroll, but it starred Lynn Whitfield. It also starred Samuel Jackson. Shoot, what else? Who else was in that damn movie? Let me look it up. She also was in Claudine. No, actually, Claudine was the first. It was, see, a lot of these movies, it's kind of layered for me of these women because I think I saw Claudine first. And I'm mad she didn't win an Oscar for that movie because she did her damn goodness in that movie. But I think it was between Eve's Bayou and and the Five Heartbeats movie that I saw with that. And then also the seeing Eve's Bayou. And Eve's Bayou, y'all know who was all in there though, but I ain't gotta tell y'all. But Megan Good at the time, I grew up watching Megan Good too. Like she was like, even though she's younger. And then Jareen Smollett, yeah, she was in there. All these great people. But yeah, Diahann Carroll was another one of my icons that I saw that I looked up to. Pam Grier, Foxy Brown. Come on now, let's get into this. I want to see the movie with Hattie McDaniels. I really want to see that movie. Regina Hall. Alfred Woodard. How could I forget? Why did I forget her? Alfred Woodard. Oh my God, yes. I grew up watching you like Idol. Diana Ross. Yes, it's me, Mahogany. Like that's my mom's favorite line from that movie. Oh my God, yes. Diahann Carroll. Yes, how could I forget you? Kimberly Elise, I grew up on you. My sister looks just like you, girl. Oh my God. You guys bear resemblance. We tell her that all the time. Yes, I look up to you. Who else? Oh my God, there's just so many damn people that I'm gonna add Janet Jackson to the list. There's just so many wonderful women that that are just have cultivated and scoped my life. I don't even have time to mention all of them because they were just there and they just did so well for me. All of these women I'm mentioning, and I know I've only talked really mainly about Cicely Tyson, Jill Scott, Monique, and Queen Latifah, but all these other women, they have cultivated around my life. They were more on the outskirts, but they're like tentacle and veins that are connected to the roots, and they're part of this tree that I've planted and I water and moisturize the soil with watching them and continuing to. All the tears I've shed for the scenes they have had that were hard, the laughters, all that stuff is like the water and the purity and the soil that it's a tree, and the tree has grown flowers, and I'm giving you iconic black women these flowers from this tree. And when I'm able to actually plant a tree for you guys on my own land or whatever like that, and actually build, I want to create a big ass tree and create a one word that's not probably going to even be English that would have all of your names included in it, and that would be the true name for it. But yeah, y'all, let's give these iconic women, we need to give them better pay, better recognition, better everything, especially our black people, our black women. And all the women I've mentioned to you are either curvaceous, heavy set, fat, PHAT, thick, beautiful, dark-skinned, even light-skinned, and in between, and they are great. And that we give them justice, but we need to give them more justice. Even the white people, y'all watching, do this for us. But I thank y'all for watching Analytical Eye Shot. Thank you for watching this episode. Let's celebrate our iconic women, y'all. We need to. Let's give them their flowers while they're still here, and give them all the flowers that they can, even especially their favorites. But shit, I'll give them the damn botanical garden. Give them the damn rainforest of flowers, and give it to them with plentifulness and purifying air, oxygen, breath. Let's be replenishful. You know what I'm saying? And I celebrate you women forever and beyond. God bless you guys. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Javier Vassal. You can follow the show, The Analytical Eye Show, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Tomorrow is the first day of Black History Month. We celebrated Kwanzaa. I hope you had a good Kwanzaa. But let's now celebrate. And I hope you guys had a good Martin Luther King Day. I didn't mention that, but I'm sorry about that. Rest in peace, Martin Luther King. But let's not, for Black History Month, let's not just do more than just talk about Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks. They're amazing people. But there's so many other amazing people that we need to add to our Black History Month that we should celebrate. Especially these teachers out here, especially these white teachers. Stop teaching these kids just about Martin Luther King and all this stuff, and this is great about Martin Luther King because y'all killed him anyway. So let's get that fact straight. If you want to get true, nobody want to talk about the bad of black people, what has been done to black people, but you guys always want to talk about Martin Luther King or Rosa Parks. That's it. Kids already know that every single year. What else can you teach them? That ain't in that is you already said. Add Aunt Jemima up there, or Uncle Ben, or not Aunt Jemima, Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben. Add Harriet Tubman to that list. Add Frederick Douglass. Add Kunta Kinte. Add the world's. What's the boy that got shot that was killed for even looking at a woman. Add the Mana Musa man. He was the richest king with a net worth of over $400 billion, and he's the richest man to ever have lived before. Nobody wants to talk about that either. So everybody wants to think white people are the richest. No. This man was an African king, and he was worth over $400 billion. And he had the net worth of it in his castle. So let's, come on now, y'all. Let's start celebrating, talking about other people and adding them to our black people tree. White people, come on now. Talk about the slavery. Talk about how we got through it. Talk about the gory details of that type of stuff. Educate your kids about it. Let's start doing that this year and changing this narrative about just having Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks, because before it was them, we had the greats too that were there. Let's talk about them too. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Talk about the segregation, Jim Crow laws. Talk about maids and butlers. Let's talk about this stuff. Oh, Emmett Till, that's what I was thinking of. Let's start celebrating these women. Even the mom from Friday, what's her name? Oh, I forgot her name. She was a role model to me too, because she was in a lot of movies too. Nia Long is another one that I looked up too. Nia Long. Ooh, I'm so sorry. Excuse me, y'all. Anna Marie Horsford. Yes, she's another one. She's another one that I looked up to. Oh my God, there's just so many women that I've looked up to that I'm trying to switch into this, but I'm gonna let y'all go now. But God bless y'all. Rest in peace, Cicely Tyson. God has you now. And you are truly a black don't crack type of woman. You are beautiful, amazing, and I'm gonna honor your life, and I'm never gonna forget you, ever. And your career will always be in our hearts and minds. And I'm gonna keep talking about you, keep celebrating you, and keep your legacy, you, alive. God bless you, and cheers for your life. Oh, cheers to y'all too. Bye. See y'all next, or I promise you, I have an episode coming out tomorrow, Monday, for Black History Day, a Black History Month, the first day of it. And we're gonna talk about my pet peeves. Oh yeah, we done with. I'm trying to segue from this the politics because I ain't paying attention no more. Whatever's happening, but all I know is Biden. I want my stimulus check and I want my damn taxes. Don't play with my money. I'll come up to that damn Capitol and I'm gonna do my own insurrection. Okay, don't play with me. I want my money. You wanna make a you wanna cause a war? Don't get poor people their damn money. Give me my money, honey. Or I don't play around like that. Hold on, y'all. I don't play around like that. Give me my money. I'm not playing with you. I will. Shit. You want to make somebody mad? See what happens if you don't give me my money. Shit. I should charge y'all asses interest. Hell, you bought. Don't the bank, when you bought from the bank or somewhere, don't they all charge you interest? Hell. That's basically what taxes do. They charge you. They use money. They take your money in. And without giving you interest on it back. Shit. Hell. Did you believe on my damn taxes? I ain't gonna lie. I was looking at my paycheck the other day, and they took out more Social Security than my taxes. The federal time, I'm like, oh, people, you better get y'all need to get out here and get a damn job. Shit, quit being lazy. Y'all know y'all can work. I said that, and forgive me, Lord, but I said it, y'all, because I'm like, these motherfuckers took out more Social Security than federal taxes. Oh hell no! See, there's too many old people that ain't working. Y'all need to get out there and work too. Come on now, I'm working. Get out here and work. Y'all can get some money too. But forgive me, Lord, for that. But yeah. But I ain't playing about my taxes. But yes, tomorrow's gonna be about my pet peeves. I'm segueing away from everything that is politics right now. I'm trying to, but I may go in and out of it, y'all. So just stay tuned. Happy Sunday. Peace and love, Love Village. Thank you for watching this episode. I will see you guys tomorrow to talk about my pet peeves. We got something to talk about. Cheers. Happy Sunday. Peace.